People, it's your boy, Master Chudy out here with another comic review. So here we got Nightwing, the New Order number 4. And this is a fantastic cover. We see that the Nightwing emblem of the New World Order is burning in place due to the Titans. The old Titans now. Beast Boy, Starfire, Wally West, Cyborg. And this character here is actually Lois Lane as a Blue Lantern. The cover is great. The story's pretty good. But let's see how it goes. Let's move into it. So we have an intro. This is just, I think, the perfect chance for the author to, basically mess with the colors since it's trippy but nice. And this is Jake Grayson's blood that scientists are experimenting on. And so we have Kyle Higgins as the writer, Trevor McCarthy as the artist, Dean White, the colorist, Clayton Cowles, the letterer, Trevor McCarthy also did the cover, Diego Lopez is the editor, Alex Antone is the editor, and Marie Javins is the group editor. So we're in a lab, everybody's just doing experiments on his blood, and he's just waiting there being tested on. And we see that Catherine Kane comes in, Batwoman, and Jake addresses her as such. And she asks how he's feeling, and he says tired, and he's like, "I know that's a tranquilizers." And he's like, "Well, you can't have your new flowers flaring up. You understand, right?" And Jake is like, "Not really." And Kate's saying that she's sorry that everything had to happen, but she promises that she'll do everything in her power to keep it as smooth and painless as possible. Jake goes straight to the point. Am I going to be put on stasis? And it's like, I don't know. I don't think any of us knows what's going to happen just yet. This is slightly new territory for all of us. Right now, we have more tests we like to run, and some questions we need to go over with you. Can you, so that we can help you, Drake's like, do you believe me? And she's like, and he's like, not really. And she's like, try getting some press. It's important that you're getting well rested for the test tomorrow. So, nobody like Catherine Kane. Future Tim Drake doesn't like her. This Jake don't like her. And she's not liked by the Outlaws. Everybody in DC hates Catherine Kane. So, Nightwing wakes up to see his former comrades waking up. It's like, oh, the gang's all here again. We see Beast Boy, Starfire, Lois Lane, who's a Blue Lantern, Cyborg, and Wally West. So, it's like, congratulations, you've captured me. And she's like, and Starfire's like, it was not our plan to capture you in the first place. And then he's getting healed by Lois Lane. It's like, the blue ring has healing abilities, Grayson. I've been fixing you. It's like, well, you're a real saint, aren't you, Lois? And it's like, I really want to gag you, basically. That's what she's saying. And Grayson's like, just because you saved me doesn't mean that we're suddenly on the same side. And it's like, don't be an idiot. Without us, Stewart hauls you back to Cape Kane, and you're going into stasis as we speak. And Dick is like, I didn't ask you to help me. It's like, I didn't want you to. She did. So, she's asking Dick to set her emotions aside and please think of our son. And Dick is like saying, yeah, I am thinking about him, which is why I was going to Central City. But Cyborg is like, oh no, your your son isn't there. And he's like, you don't know that, Vic? He's like, oh yeah, I do, because I have an inside source who watched the whole thing being put together. It's like, then where's Jake? And it's like, the source doesn't know, but they claim that he's not in stasis yet. And we see that, look, if you don't want to help us for us, just think about Jake and help us and tell us whatever has happened, please. And so, Dick acquiesces and tells his story. Meanwhile, back at the Crusaders' headquarters, we see Liz and Brady right here talking. And we see that basically, she's looking over the files of Jake's blood, basically, from Michael Holt, Mr. Terrific. And he's asking, should you be looking at those? And it's like, oh yeah, man, yeah. I mean, I have degrees in chemistry and forensic science. I make Barry Allen look like a first year. I'm more than qualified. Of course you are, but do you have the Speed Force, though? Do you have the Speed Force? My guess is not. So, Barry Allen is good at all those things, plus he can move super fast. So no. But I digress. So anyway, he's like saying just because you can doesn't mean you should, basically. And she's like, look, I know you interrogated Dick Grayson alone, and that was pretty disgusting of you because you wanted to rub it in his face. And it's like, well, I didn't. And then she's pushing Brady, so like the whole thing is messed up. It's like the way that Kane is handling it is, doesn't that disturb you? Basically, he's like, look, she knows what she's doing, and Liz is like, sorry, I don't buy that. I don't have faith in her. And Brady's like, look, let me tell you something. If this is not what people wanted, then they wouldn't have had access to pass the laws, but they did, and you have to remember whose side you're on, or you're going to be out of a job. But then she sees something that catches her eye, and Jake scans. So Dick Grayson tells the whole gang everything, and they're all wondering like it doesn't make any sense. I mean, if your Kate, if your Kate came, why turn this into a circus? And then she's like, I agree. You and Kate have never had a great relationship, but for her to carry out something this drastic like this without so much as even talking to you, yeah, I know. And then Vic says there's something big going on, and he asks the whole guys to come with me. But then we see that Dick recognizes this place, that this is Lockhaven, which is a section of Bloodhaven. So he's been operating, so the Titans Resistance, which is what they're called, have been operating under his nose for the longest time. And it's like, see, I told you should have blindfolded him. It's like, you've been operating out of Bloodhaven this whole time. It's like the last place you'd expect. And of course, that'd be the last place you'd expect. So they get back to their controls right here. It's like, besides, who could resist the alluring aroma of manufacturing? I never thought it was that bad. It's like, yeah, well, you didn't get stuck in Midmorph when the blast went off. Try having your sense of smell dialed to 11, then talk to me. Plus, you never had very good taste, except for Corey. Interesting. So Beast Boy was transformed into this and lost his powers in Midmorph. So he's stuck like this. So that's terrible. So anyway, we see that Victor is showing them Michael Holt's scans, and he realized that these scans show why Catherine Kate, Batwoman, might be afraid. They say that his body's it's not that his body's immune to it, it's that it's actively counteracting the effects of the power dampener serum. And he's like, hey, you mean, like, yeah, he could be a cure. So we see, like, wow, we need to find him like yesterday. If this is right, we could start to undo all of this. And Dick is like, whoa, you're not undoing anything. And then Waller's like, you seriously? Are you kidding me right now? It's like, you screwed up this whole world. Now we might have a chance to make things right again. You're delusional if you think we're not going to try. It's like, I'm not helping you. Tear down everything, and neither will Jake. Tear everything down, neither Jake. So even though he's like, yeah, I'm still keeping this new order. And Wally's like, then we're not letting you out of here, Dick. How's that sound? We'll go rescue Jake, and you can sit behind bars. And then he's like, I swear to God, Wally. But then we just see Dad. You hear Dad, and then we just see an illusion of Jake and Corey. You know, just you know, doing all this stuff, and it's like, it's like, it's okay, Dad, we're a family again. We love you, right, Mom? It's like, of course we do. And then we just see him kiss Corey, and then we just see, oh, back to reality, and that was Lois who did all of that. It's like, what was that? The ring wants to soothe intense moments. It tries to show glimpses of what you want more than anything. It wants to give you hope. And then Dick is like, that's a pretty cruel trick, Lois, even for you. It's like, Dick, and he's like, just don't touch me, and then he just walks out. So, you know, basically Jake gives the origin story of how Starfire and Nightwing, or his father Dick Grayson, met. You know, she was sold into slavery. She landed on Earth. She was saved by Dick. You know, she kissed Dick, became a teen Titan, later a Titan. They had their arguments, like he said, but they always worked it out because they loved each other. You know, it's good progression. And, you know, but the love was just never enough. And then we just see him preparing his stuff because he's ready to go out. It's like, you shouldn't lash out at Wally. He's the one who saved you. And it's like I said, I didn't ask him to. And then he's like, what are you doing? It's like, you've got some solid tech here, way more modern than mine. It's like, I suppose there are things for us to talk about. You have every right to get angry with me. It's like, I don't need you telling me how I feel. It's like, that's not what and he's like, you left. It's like, you left. So basically, Starfire left. It's not like Nightwing asked her to leave. She left the family. It's like, You don't even have any right to comment about how I may or may not feel okay. It's like, okay. And then we just see Jake misses you a lot. It's like, Jake misses you a lot. It's like, and I obviously miss him. I miss you. And it's like, It's like, oh, okay, so that's how it is. And then it's like, it doesn't do any good to miss you, Dick. Well, amongst us humans, even when things go south, it's normal to miss the person you love. And then she says, I miss the man I was in love with. And then he's like, we talked about this many, many times. I thought we were on the same page. Like, I did. I do. It's like, but you also need to understand that my feelings have changed. We see this great dialogue between Starfire and Dick Grayson, and she's saying like, look, it's like, how does that happen? Like, I don't know how to explain it. And he's like, please explain it to me. So he said, for as long as I've known you, you made me feel strong, respected, empowered, and free. But after Metropolis, after you joined the Crusaders and began policing our community, it felt like I belonged in the Citadel all over again. So she felt that she went back to the past where she was a slave again because of the things that happened. I understand why you did what you did. Most people in this building understand, even while they do not agree. The world and the moment was such that something needed to be done. But feelings are feelings for a reason. Logic rarely has any effect on them. I cannot give you a list of exactly why and when things change between us. All I can do is be honest about how I felt and how I now feel. And how is that? It's like, I'm terrified for what's going to happen, for what's going to happen, for what this world that you continue to support is going to do to our son. So, because of that, Nightwing is like, okay, I'm going to say Nightwing walks in because they're trying to figure out where Jake is. He's like, don't worry, I know where he is. And, I want to get my son back. I don't know how to get him by myself. So we're going to have to work together to get my son back. And he's like saying, and how do you know where that is? And it's like, because if what you're saying is true, and he's as much of a game changer as you think, he is. Kate's not going to bring him anywhere else. So the band is back together. So they go in, they do their thing, they break into this base basically. So the building they were holding them was in Gotham. It was about as nondescript as they come. So he's being held in Gotham. Only people that Batman trusted, who were part of the Bat family, could gain access to it. So they're about to go in, and they're trying to. So they're trying to break in. And so once we go in, we're going to go in and out. We're going to do it. Starfire busts open the door with a blast. And he's like, well, that's one way of doing it. And then we just see them find Dad. He's like, Dad? And he's like, Jake, are you okay? And we just see Mom. It's like, yes, honey. I'm here. I have everything. I have you. Everything's going to be okay. So we see that they see a bunch of people right here. And, they start collecting some evidence because they're going to do what they can. Or I think she starts destroying them. It's like, all right, guys, we got to move. And it's like, oh, she feels a cold breath. And then Miss King was concerned you may eventually find your way here. And then Molly gets tranquilized down. Boom. It's like, I did not believe you would be so foolish. But it has been so long. It seems I have forgotten how impulsive the warm-blooded can be. And we now have Mr. Freeze as the one who will be the next challenge for the team. Next Hell Freeze is over. This was a great issue. Fantastic. Give it a good 8.5 out of 10. Really showed, what has happened since then. How his former allies have been holding up. We see that Catherine Kane is now afraid, and we can see why Jake is now very special. Solid book. I recommend you guys get it. And, that's that. That's a good book. So, once again, thank y'all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notifications. Once again, I do these reviews for you, the people, because I want to bring out a good comic, get your discussions on it, see what you got to say, and so on and so forth. So, once again, thank y'all guys for watching, and I'll have more videos up tomorrow.